This is like an image from long ago, far away. You know, I in a way, I have no connection with her at all, but somehow you need to make connection with whatever your subject, because when you have a human figure in any photograph or painting, you always ask, you know, who's this? Especially you paint her face, you know, you're face to face with her.
Hung Liu immigrated to the United States from her native China in 1984. 7 years later, she went back to China and returned from her visit with a box of historical photographs that would become the basis of her paintings for years to come.
I have pictures everywhere, but I have maybe several hundred of those prostitutes, you know, from late 19th century. Maybe there's something, you see a spirit or something there, always there. Otherwise, I won't do it.
In 1966, as Hung was about to graduate from high school and go to art school in Beijing, the Cultural Revolution turned China inside out. In an attempt to purge the country of Western influences, Chairman Mao ordered artists and intellectuals to be re-educated amongst the peasants and farmers in remote rural villages. For the next 4 years, Hung labored in the fields.
So there's some pictures of me during that time. Then you can see the cracked earth, soil, and there's one by the river, you know, the village I stayed for 4 years. They definitely bring back a lot of memories.
Her participating in the Cultural Revolution is obviously crucial to it. That's the, in a certain way, that's the baseline history of her life as an artist. It means that she was, to a certain extent, forced to have a very sharp sense of history from the get-go, and she's carried that with her.
Eventually, Hung was able to continue her art education, majoring in mural painting at China's Central Academy of Fine Arts.
The training feeds right into what she does now. If you painted a mural of Mao 20 feet high, that mural with Mao was based on a photograph.
I painted a lot of images from the photographs I collected. Probably this file or the images I have used in my paintings already. A peasant eating. This peasant doesn't have a face, you know, big bowl just cover his face. In order to survive, just dump a lot of food into his body, and also empty bowls. Just amazing image to me. It reminds me of what a famous poet said. He said, I have lived many lives, some of them my own. I sometimes felt that I've lived her life, his children's lives, and his life, a lot of lives, some of them my own. I know what I want to paint. I always don't know how to paint, but I know I can do it. I just grab the brushes, start painting. Like I always say, I want to improvise, probably in a way like a jazz player.
Over the years, Hung has incorporated more and more paint drips into her work, an effect she achieves by thinning the pigments with linseed oil.
I have a secret collaborator works with me. That is the gravity, because when you do the drips and the linseed oil, logically just pulls the paints down from top to bottom. It goes along the way, start to do some damage, a little more damage.
She once told me that the drips are, how did she put it, unifying and dissolving? And they do both. The drips are the material fact of the paint, but they also divide up the canvas in interesting ways. The dripping also has to do with the surface of a painting as being a kind of analog for memory. And so memory is slippery. Memory is sometimes gets blurred.
The way how I create the image is stroke by stroke, and try to look into every single detail, look into the surface, try to excavate beneath the surface what's there.
Hung Liu is always experimenting with new ways of combining different techniques and media. At Trillium Fine Arts Press in Brisbane, she's using a print of an existing painting as the foundation for a new work. Under the guidance of master printer David Salgado, she creates a densely layered effect, covering the image with a translucent film of cast resin, then oil paint, then repeating that process.
And the two layers, this little distance, right? Absolutely, absolutely. I like to do things I haven't done. I don't know. Wow, this is great, because the best position one can be, to me, I feel like, to be a student. So now I can tell this already that the wash is above, as an artist, that the biggest challenge to me is not to repeat myself. How can I still make the best work? The best work still is the tomorrow's work, not the past. To me, butterflies both very pretty, but on the other hand, they have a short life. They have tragic life to me. So this woman is, of course, long gone. So in a way, the painting becomes like a memorial site for some lost memory. That's, to me, both celebration and also mourning.